Thank you, Mr. Chairman, committee members. So Delegate Bloxham and my bills are virtually the same. So I'll just a few points. I think the delegate said it well. I mean, so we can debate, you know, what's counted towards the Virginia Clean Economy Act and so forth. But the crux of the matter is we cannot accomplish what the Virginia Clean Economy Act calls for. Okay. Now, but I will realize that there's an attempt that I've heard of to try to make that happen would move the renewables, especially with the focus on solar. And so there's an effort that would try to take away our local authority and that's to create solar arrays in order to accomplish the Virginia Clean Economy Act. I mean, that's kind of the nuts and the bolts of it.
Mr. Chair.
Delegate Munden King.
Mr. Chair, I apologize, but what are we talking about?
We are talking
about. Do I have
about
the right bill?
We are talking about Delegate Wilt's bill number 2365.
And it's related to solar?
No, it's the exact same bill from before.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm sorry. I was a little confused.
Mr. Chairman, I'm simply going to the sum total of the Virginia Clean Economy Act. I was privileged to go to a couple of the energy summits. Some laying the groundwork for the whole idea. I mean, we have to, as responsible legislators for the state of Virginia, realize the math does not add up. The energy summit, everybody, PJM, whomever, everyone unequivocally realizes that we're on a collision course of not being, and I got to be honest, Mr. Chairman, that was my opinion when we first passed the Virginia Clean Economy Act before all this clamor about data centers. I know we want to blame it on them, and yeah, they're going to use a lot of energy. I mean, that even makes the equation even worse. And so we've got to come up with reliable sources of energy, and we need to allow the authority of the State Corporation Commission. And I know some would argue, well, they have that authority. Back several years ago, we were discussing similar topics. There was a letter presented. I didn't bring it with me today, but I'm sure you're aware that it exists. The State Corporation Commission at that time said, we don't feel like we've got authority to expound on some of these other sources of energy to keep our citizens, number one, in electricity and not let their bills go out the roof. The discussion of nuclear, someone pointed out how expensive it is. It's not cost effective. If we went with the approach, as I understand, like France uses, they do them multiples at a time. And we all know the more you build something together, the cheaper it is. But we also have to consider the amount of energy we're getting per, the energy that we put into it to create those. So anyways, Mr. Chairman, committee, I appreciate your time. And, so that's what my bill does. Nor does mine take anything away from the Virginia Clean Economy Act. I don't take away anything from the Virginia Clean Economy Act. I don't mess with the timeline, with the renewable portfolio standard, the times that are involved that we got to reach these goals. It's simply allowing nuclear and hydrogen to be considered, making it official, putting it in there, and also making sure that the State Corporation Commission can do what they need to do. We've worked for years. I mean, I've seen some of the same members in our body work to reinstall the powers of the State Corporation Commission to make the decisions that we've entrusted to them. And a certain degree, I feel like they may be hampered in trying to do their jobs. So that's my goal, to make sure that they have the tools, the ability, Mr. Chairman, to do their job. So